Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm well framed and I'm standing next to my new Golf R, well, new to me Golf R. And I've got a wireless mic on so I can make some better videos with my actual camera this time. So hopefully we can up the production value of the videos and make some better content. But the reason this hasn't been on the channel yet is because I've had a few issues with it and it's not been perfect. But now it's fixed, it's on the road, and we're ready to just crack on with it, to be honest with you. And I'm so far just absolutely loving this thing. It is a dream for me compared to the blue one I had previously. So kind of going to jump into what's been going on with this car and why you haven't seen it on the channel yet, and then why I kind of picked this for my new daily driver. So let's get into things. So let's kind of get into why this car's not been on the channel yet. Effectively, there was 3 or 4 main issues with the car. The biggest one was the front left strut top mount needed changing. This side of the car has been a bit of a problem. This is the left front, and I've needed a top mount on it since the day I picked it up, but I had to go back to Volkswagen 8 times. 8 times is roughly from when I picked it up at the end of May till, well, a week ago. So that's how long it's taken me to get VW to kind of put a warrantable part on my car, which I bought from them under warranty. But you know, it's here now and it's fixed. So basically the issue was that the top mount was just worn and it was making a crunching, squeaking sound. So at low speeds, as driving along, it would crunch and squeak and sounded gross. So that's not an ideal thing considering I've just bought the car and it's making some horrible noises. And VW said, well, you just got to monitor it, and we've put some special lubricant on it, we've monitored it, just keep on keeping an eye on it and we'll have a look at when we need to like replace it. But that's all well and good when they've done the lubrication and I've given it a week, but then 6 further times, because they didn't actually acknowledge it the first time. The second time they did, the 6th time after all of this, they were like, okay, yeah, there's still nothing wrong with it. Then the 8th time they swapped it. So it took a lot of pushing, but they've done it. But the lubrication didn't really solve much. Got a report card saying, yes, we've done the lubrication and they've fixed the car. It hadn't fixed the car and they just didn't want to know much about it. But keep on pushing and you will get there. One of the sales guys, the sales guy that actually sold me the car, did an absolutely fantastic job with selling me the car. Been really good with his aftercare. It's more the service side that has been a little bit on the lacking side for customer service. But in the end, we've got there and I'm very happy and I'm very thankful for them kind of fixing the car for free. Even though it is under warranty and they should have, but it's nice that they actually have, because it could have been a whole longer road than it has been. And I've been able to enjoy the car now, which has been, you know, brilliant. So now it's perfectly fine and it's not making any worrying noises. Secondly, the front and rear pads were in the car when I bought it were non-genuine, so they were sliding up and down the caliper. So every time you stepped on the brake, they would make a clonk. So then they had to get swapped out under warranty for actual genuine Golf R pads. Their discs had been swapped already, so that wasn't an issue. It's just the pads were sliding up and down the caliper. Then the infotainment system needed an update because it kept crashing and turning off and then didn't want to turn back on. And there's like moments where a mode button to switch between normal, race, individual, eco, that button didn't work. You could click it as many times as you wanted and the menu wouldn't come up. So they've done a software update now and it's working brilliantly. It's actually as it should be when I first bought it, but a few months later as well. But eventually you keep pushing, you get your warranty jobs done and things do start looking better. So that is one good thing about buying a car like this with a warranty, is if it does go wrong, you can fall back on that to get some stuff fixed. So they're kind of moving a little bit further in why I've bought this car. As you can see, this is a 5-door. It's kind of standard at the moment Golf R. The only thing I've done really is I've updated the silver mirror caps to black ones because they just look better on a black car. And if I get the key out and click the button, hopefully that's showing up on video nicely, I've put the dynamic swiping indicators in. These are all DIYs I've done at home, and I have recorded all of that footage as well, so I will be putting a video out on how to do that. If you've got a Golf R and you don't really know if you want to do this yet, I've got a video to kind of show kind of how easy the process is. It took me about 5 minutes, 10 minutes each side to swap them all. It's very simple plug and play stuff. You've just got to be a bit careful when taking stuff apart, of course, but that video will come out soon, so stay tuned for that one. And the other one is the res delete. That has been done. It's a bit of a funny story with the res delete. I did the res delete, then I decided Well, then the car decided to act up with the top strut mount. So then the VW said they wouldn't do any work on the car because I've modified it, which is fair, but the exhaust is a non-warrantable part from what I've read on the documents, and it's not even covered under a warranty, so if the exhaust breaks, I have to buy a new one anyway. So I thought it was a bit cheeky of them saying they can't offer a warranty on the suspension because I've done an exhaust mod when the two aren't interconnected. So I put the car back to completely standard for when it needed to go back in, and then they were happy. So it's a little bit hit and miss when you're buying a car with a manufacturer's warranty and you're modifying it, because they can pick and choose whether to cover it. Technically they can't, but they will. So yeah, careful what you're doing. But yeah, so I've done the mirror caps, the indicators, and a red sleeve. And that has basically transformed the car. The red sleeve video is also coming out. That's a fantastic upgrade. If you have one of these and it has a center res in it, get it out. It's just so much better. And this being a manual, it doesn't do GSG farts, but it makes what I would just kind of feel like is a better noise, because when I'm going from second to third or third to fourth and I'm in race mode and it's spirited driving, it will make a nice bang as you change the gear. And that's kind of what I wanted, because I've had a DSG car. It might have been a GPF model, so it was a bit tame and boring, but this is kind of exactly what I wanted from a Golf R to be. It's a lot more fun than I've ever had in any automatic cars. So I'm kind of sold on the manual, and I'm glad the R32 is a manual as well, because they just kind of like suit each other quite well. And they're very different cars. So if you want me to do a review between the MK7 R and the MK5 R32, I will do a comparison review so you can kind of see which one would be best for you. Because I have both, I may as well film a video for you. Anyway, this is kind of like a little bit of going to be like a walk around now of why I bought this car and why it's going to be the new daily. It has been the new daily for a couple of months, but you guys are only just seeing it now. So we've got the standard Cadets 18-inch wheels on. They are probably going to go at some point. They aren't the best stocking wheels. However, I find them really easy to clean. So I'm not in a huge rush to get rid of them because I'm doing daily driving and they're not the prettiest wheel. I don't mind them staying because it's just less faff. If I had 19-inch Pretorias on, yes, it would look like every other Golf R, but they are so a nicer wheel. But then I found them harder to clean than these, so it's just kind of like being lazy and car looking good, and mixing like tyres, 19 to 18, you know, all that stuff. So I need to figure that out yet. The wheels will probably change. But at the moment, we're on the standard 18s. Then we've got a 5-door, and it's a manual. And most importantly, it's black for me. I like black cars. I really like black cars. So this one being a black 5-door manual kind of reminds me of my first ever Golf I ever owned. I still have a soft spot for that car, so if I ever find it, it's probably going to be really cheap, so I'll buy it back. But this is kind of what set me on my Golf stuff. I love a 5-door black manual Golf. My soft spot is this. So when I saw it on the forecourt and it was within my budget, I had to have it. I just couldn't really say no to it. It's been a pain in the arse since I did buy it, so I kind of wish I still had the BMW sometimes. But this overall has just been fantastic. It really has been brilliant. So yeah, just kind of like gonna wrap this video up now. Just like, this is the car, this is what it is. Manual MK7 Golf R in black 5-door. Brilliant. If you've got any like questions about these things, and just drop a comment down below or get at me on Instagram, that's at jboltuk. Happy to help with any questions you've got. But yeah, this is kind of the new daily. Not sure what we've got it planned yet, but I will be sure to use the new camera equipment to make sure we get lots of content for you guys. Make sure you're subscribing, because this is going to be a good one, I think. There's lots of R32 content coming up as well. It's currently getting some work done at the moment. It's no longer at home. Yeah, that'll be good when it gets back. But yeah, stick around for that. So if you want to see any other comparisons, I've got a list of things I'd like to do. One of my friends has just bought a S3, but that's a more optioned out automatic DSG, S-tronic, whatever you call it, Audi people. That is an automatic version of this car. So if you'd like to kind of see a video of the manual versus the auto in VW versus Audi aspect, let me know, because I can get that organised. And some older content, so there's some older cars as well that I think might be worth a feature as well. Now I've got the new equipment, so it's going to be a case of keep your eyes peeled for new content coming out soon, and hopefully they won't take a month for me to make. I promise to kind of like keep stuff a bit more regular if I can. So kind of that's it, everybody. This is the new Golf R. Make sure you like and you drop a comment and you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed so far. It's kind of a weird one for me because I've never seen my personal YouTube stuff gain any real subscribers or following or anything. So it's nice to kind of be over the 200 mark now. So if we can keep that going, and maybe one day we'll get to 1,000, that will be kind of like this year's or next year's benchmark, is to get to 1,000 and keep up putting content for you all. And the more kind of people that get involved, the more videos I can make with people. And if you want any videos of your cars making as well, just get in touch if you're local, or if there's any travel involved, we can organise it. So yeah, I want to make more content. Let me know what you want, guys. Leave a like and a comment. I'll catch you all in the next one. Laters.